EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the New Orleans Saints. This is fielded at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Ready?
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And brought in by the tight end Cook. 23 yards, the final tally.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Sean Lee, the longtime vet, getting in and getting to the QB. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
54, Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54. Come on, D. Go. Mike, 50,
Now Breeze on third down. This is caught inside the 15. Give him 30 yards there. Well, how about the passing numbers so far in this first drive?
Oh, no doubt about it. They're flinging it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him rising because he's hit a few early. And how about the last one? The big shot right there.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10.
Check, 12.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it.
Now Breeze lost the football, and it's picked up by the Cowboys. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Prescott. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And got his man complete. A big play here for Dallas. And even 40 yards
But we spend a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. On 2nd and 7, Prescott. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, 31 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. And Cook has it left side. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
6-0 our score after 1. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. They'll face a 3rd down conversion attempt here, 3rd and 3.
Ready. You have a lady? Mike 54. Watch the check.
Breeze now. And Genn's got it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Breeze to another long-time vet, Genn, for the New Orleans first.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt.
And Kamara has it stripped. It's picked up by the Cowboys. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 20. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken short. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Hill shedding the tackle, and he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good gain of 12 yards that time.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Yeah, the Cowboys here on third down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Washington now out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Saints are back within a score. A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box. Touchdown.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. On first and 10, Prescott. Looking deep downfield. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Hey, easy. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Here we go, 21. Hey, Orville.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. But it's going to be 2nd down. And that right there, his first incompletion of the game. Pretty remarkable.
So let's start talking about all-time records, because with that incompletion, maybe over a 2-game sequence, or maybe he starts a new streak now, because Ryan Tannehill, over 2 games, hit 25 straight. Now, the incompletion, we're taking this record out of play. But Mark Brunell, when he was with Washington, 22 straight completions to start a game. This guy's on fire.
Escaping the pressure right. He'll let it fly in the direction again. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
You got nothing. Hey, easy.
Again, it's Breeze. And that's caught by Smith. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Lady, yellow lady. Hey, easy. 36.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Flushed out right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we reach halftime here in a 4-point game. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
He's got a man, complete. 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 76 yards, and the Saints have taken the lead.
Hey, when you're thinking about your opening drive in the 3rd quarter, you're thinking about exactly that, putting together a drive. But instead, what did we get?
Big pass downfield, touchdown. I thought, okay, just sitting back in my chair, let's get eased in, a couple runs. No, boom.
Yeah, forget the body blows, folks. Let's throw the big shot right now.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Kill.
On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. That's on the Pro Bowl guard from Notre Dame, Zach Martin. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10, right at the 30. Brees going to throw. Over the middle, into the hands of Michael Thomas. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. 16 yards, a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. He'll air it out deep for Thomas, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 15 yards on the play. First down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Brees now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Brees. That's complete right around the 8. A gain of 6 there on first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Second and 4. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Call it a loss of 12 that time. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Check. Check. You're good. That's 4. Ready.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Got away from him. Short distance kick missed. No good. Way wide to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. So you wonder what's going on in that head right about now. That's 2 missed field goals for him now, and this one should have been no problem.
For an NFL kicker, you're thinking 97, 98% from this distance, and this one somehow fails to go through. And that's 3 points you just absolutely have.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. So after the INT, it's Breeze. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, but it'll be 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. On the move to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Prescott down. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Cowboys will go. Prescott has got his targets come. And he is going to get the 1st down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott, and off his back foot, he'll heave this one. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Von Bell. And the return and stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. From the gun, it's Breeze. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Now Breeze. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, Prescott stripped. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And he is going to go down for the 5th time tonight, and this one is going to be a safety. Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a one-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. To throw, it's Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Sean Lee, his 2nd sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Breeze now to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And defensively trying to beat the 2-minute warning with a timeout, and they do. Calling it with 2:04 left. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
Check nickel. Jim. Sammy.
On play action, it's Breeze. Dancing to his left. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by George Iloka. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Cowboys will have the lead if they can hit the PAT. They do tack on the extra point as well. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Ready. Yellow lady. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. It's outfield.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cook. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 20-yard line.
Ready. 58. 54. Ready, play.
Back to throw, Breeze. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Ready? You ready? 54. Right, 54. Kill. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Mike 3-3.
Breeze to throw. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Breeze now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Breeze. Forced out to his left. Ginn has it complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
54 Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch the line.
Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And no, leg left. It's no good. And a tough finish to this one. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.